Welcome back, class. I'm Matt, your guide here on Whycalibur, and we are playing the Banner Saga. I think we've looked through everything we need to look through here. We've seen the marketplace, saw the Hall of Heroes, we got new items, we leveled up our dudes, and now all that's left is to continue on our way and hopefully survive the next steps of our caravan. Now, where are we trying to go? Somewhere in Rorn, I hope. Maybe we can meet up with the other group at Grolfheim, but I highly doubt they know what's going to be happening there. I mean, this group, Rook's group, probably have no idea. So we'll just leave out of here. Let's see, maybe Nordfelling wastes. Not always wastes. At one time, a lake sprawled for hundreds of miles until the land cracked beneath it and the water drained over generations, leaving a featureless frozen desert. Within, curious explorers found the remains of the godstone Radermere and wondered how it got there. About Wormtoe. Obviously the Wormscale. In the foothills of the Wormscale Mountains, the Varl created a small town beneath tall pines overlooking the Nordfelling wastes. Few come here, aside from those looking for seclusion. That seems like a nice place to go. Let's go there. Nice crossroads, secluded. Just want to double check that I've done everything I need to in here before I go. Yep. 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 So my other dudes need to start killing people more. That means you, Rook, and Oddleaf, but mostly you, Rook. You're the main guy. You're the main guy. I need you to do some murder. And let's leave. Carry on with our caravan. Let's caravan on. 270 clansmen. You're only just outside the village when two men in red approach. My name is Hogan, says one, gesturing to the other. My brother is Morgan. Many from the village wish to join you to Frostfeller. A third man, exuding rage, charges up to the group. Shut your mouth, Hogan! He screams. What's going on? These bastards don't speak for us. They've been trying to divide the village since you got here. True, you can keep whoever wants to stay and die. The rest of us will go with the reasonable people of Skober. I have you both gutted before I let out the village desert. Behind the angry villager, a mob of armed thugs have appeared, all furrowed brows and nervous stares. You both know what will happen to the rest of us if the fields are abandoned. Nobody leaves. There won't be anything to attend once the dredge arrive. Dredge my ass! I don't know what the scam is this time, Hogan, but you've got two choices. Get back to work or I'm finally putting you in the ground. What do you say? Thought it was unfair that they only asked me. Hogan draws his axe slowly, followed by Hogan. Despite their confidence, the brothers are significantly outnumbered. I think I make a poor farmer. Oh boy. Well, the dredge are going to murder everyone unless we help out here. Ivor, let's make this a fair fight. The thugs hesitate. As you pull your axe, you notice that Alette is nowhere to be seen. Oh ho, is that so? Alright, let's rock and roll. Kick some tires and light some fires. Tires didn't burn as well on this day, though, because they weren't made out of rubber. I guess they would have been out of wood and metal, so the wood part would have burned pretty well. Okay, being that far back isn't going to be super helpful. Let's see. I want you to go after the ranged units to begin with. So we're going to start over there. And you can come over here. Alright, let's see how this works. Up you go. And battering ram. Shazam. That's how we do things around here. We can action point our way up here. Sure. Double action point. 4, 6, 7 points. That'll take care of that one. That wasn't the best choice, probably. But let's see. If we move up here, perhaps we can do something useful. Not that, though. We need to try and kill some folk, so let's work on that, I think. 'Tis a start. I don't like those guys. Isn't this guy supposed to be on our team? Oh no, it's just Thrasher. Where are Hogan and Mogan? I don't see them anywhere. Alright, it's your turn. Let's come up here. Rain of arrows. Let's focus on killing him first. It's tough to get through this armor. Alright, and you're up. So let's bring ourselves over here, set up a bit of a shield wall. Break on through there. Oh. So, because of the shield wall, that's not helping. No, I still want you to do that. Let's augment it a little bit. Damage some of that armor. Oop. That's not great. Can we kill him? No, we still can't kill him. What if we come up here? Can we mark this guy as prey? Ah, she wasn't close enough. Alright. Nine, 7. Deflection is a bitch, isn't it? We need to break down this shield wall, I think. Yeah, we're gonna have to break down the shield wall. But not at this exact moment. Try and get rid of this Thrasher. Alrighty. Can't do another battering ram, unfortunately. That's a shame. Alright, so you need to be damaged somewhat, but I also want... When is your turn? I want to know when the Thrasher's turn is. Next. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to kill the Thrasher then. Deal with our things as they go. Alright. This guy is up next. Let's hack through that if we can. Damage that armor a little bit. Oh, Triggerby, don't die. And down he goes. Still only 90%, eh? 20%. Alright, well, let's see if we can start evening the odds a little bit more. We've lost one, they've lost one. Okay. So, alright, hit him, he can take it. Whose turn is it? Mine? Okay. You need to kill him. I'm sure now you can do 4. Finally. Alrighty. Let's finish things here. No, I meant to... You all saw what I meant to do there. It would have been much smarter. Would have been a much smarter move. Oof. Brutal. There's another one down. Oh shit, I had the good plan for him too. Well, whatever. It's a start. I'm probably going to lose this fight. Can I get over here? Yes. Come on. Oddleaf. Oh, one damage. That's not very good, Oddleaf. That's not very good, Oddleaf. So only 1 damage is all you can do here. Take out as much of his armor as we can. She's gonna die. Nope, not quite yet. Okay, let's go over here. Mark prey. Come on! Really? Really? That's the best you can do. That's very annoying. Why is it that she can only do 1? Oh, it's because when you take damage, you can't do as much, I guess. When you're taking damage, you can't do as much damage. Because the more damage you take, the less damage you can do. Alright. Annoying. That was brutal. Alright, Rook finally got a promotion. Finally. And we'll have to spend a bunch of our renown promoting him next time we're at camp. Others thank you with wide grins. Soon many of the villagers have joined your caravan. You scan around anxiously for Alette, who has gone missing when the fighting began. Eventually you find her watching from afar. Hogan returns at that moment, introducing you to his son and wife, and you soon set out again. Gain some more fighters, and some more renown. Alette marches quietly alongside the caravan, a little distance since leaving the village. You stop for a rest, Oddleaf approaches you both. Alette, I have something for you. Oddleaf has gathered up the long banner from the caravan, and smiles warmly as she passes it to Alette. What's this about? I was hoping you'd sew up the banner with everything that has happened since we left Skoger. Come find me another time, Rook, and we'll talk. Before you can comment, she departs. Dad, are you the chieftain now? It looks that way. Oh, then that means... You're both quiet for a moment while Alette unfurls the banner. Oddleaf has been teaching me to sew. She speaks pretty highly of you. Can we read the part about Mom? You nod. On the banner has been sewn the story of the families who have lived in Skolgr throughout the years, just as is done on every banner in every town. I wish she were here, but I'm kind of glad she isn't. The section of banner about your family is short, but Alette has been showing in colorful designs. Why do you say that? So she doesn't have to deal with all of this. Dredge, leaving home, and... Why did you have to kill those men in the village? I mean, if it's okay to ask. I had to make a hard choice. Because the dreads are terrifying. Every time we have to fight them, I want to just run, but I don't want to kill a person. Please. Are you mad at me? I'm glad you don't want to. Alette smiles at this, then her face sinks again. I guess I would do it if I really had to, but do we have to? I know what you mean. Yeah, I know, Dad. I think you're doing a good job. She hugs you. You spend the rest of your time together sewing new verses into the banner. For better or worse, the story of Skolgr is your burden now. And here we are at camp. Got rest. How's our morale? Normal. Let's talk to Oddleaf first. See how she's doing. How are you doing, Odd? I'm alright. Not at first. Sometimes when a loved one dies, people say it doesn't sink in for a while. It sunk in for me right away. People tell me I'm a strong woman. It's funny, my father named me Oddleaf before I was even born. He wanted a boy so badly. Strong woman. What does that even mean? People look up to you. Don't take this the wrong way, but I don't want to be known for handling my feelings. If I feel nothing about my husband dying, people think I'm strong. If I cry because my insides feel like they're on fire, I'm weak. Why does that feel so backwards? I'm sorry, Rook. It's been hard. You're not sure what to say. In the many years you've known the chieftain's wife, this is probably the most you've ever talked. You asked me to come find you? Yes, it's about the banner. I thought about it a long time. He asked me to give it to you, you know, if something happened. What would you have done? That's what I've been thinking about so much. It should be mine. I could carry it. But I thought about why he named you. I get it. They won't follow a woman. Families would leave. A banner would be divided. I think they would follow you. Come on, Rook. This isn't the time to pretend. It's not just about our small town. What happens the first time we need something from another clan? How will that go? And the first time someone thinks they can take advantage of us? I think this is what has to happen. Oof. I rely on you. I'll be there when I can. Just don't expect any miracles. Listen, I know I dragged this out. The truth is my husband and I could never have a child. I don't want our banner to end here. It will be safe with you and Alette. I know you're going to take care of her. She puts her hand on your shoulder as she heads back to the camp. I gain +5 renown and a loading screen. Alright, so we could do training, we could do rest. Let's look at the Hall of Heroes for a moment, now that we've finally... One or more of your units is injured. Injured units can still fight, but have a penalty to max strength equal to the number of days wounded. They heal as time passes. 1 days, 2 days. That's a pretty brutal wound you got, Ivor. Shrievy's wound isn't as bad. You can finally be promoted. Alright, what should we increase? I still don't really know what this does. Shield break we want to increase for sure, because that seems to be the most useful thing in the game. And I guess we'll increase this so that we can do some more damage. Oddleaf still hasn't killed anyone. So let's see here. Rank 1 Thrasher. What can you promote again? Okay. So your ability improves, you get more points. We'll max that out. Yeah, we'll max that out. Oh, you should probably get an item now. What do we got here? This one, -2 to drawing aggro, and this one, 15% dodge strength attacks. Let's give you the anti-aggro one. We don't want you getting hit. Alright, so we've got Hogan, there's a Thrasher. Hogan and his brother Mogan have gotten the same questions their entire lives. You don't find many twins about, even fewer who know how to use an axe. Hogan tends to be the more level-headed of the two, which may explain why he ended up with a child and a wife. Okay. Mogan, also a Thrasher. Mogan and his brother Hogan. Mogan tends to be the sort to act first and think later. This may explain the scar, amongst other things. Let's add these guys in here to our lineup. Ellette doesn't want to fight people, and I'll try to respect that. But I do think we need to rest. Look at our Hall of Heroes again. Ivor's still injured. Let's rest one more day. Alright, and we're off. Off like a herd of turtles. Off like a murder girdles. 435. At a small split in the trail, a few fighters stop to speak with you, each carrying a single pack. We recognize this place, one man says. Spent several years here with some kin. If they're still around, we have to warn them of what's coming. With luck, we'll find you again in less than a week. See them off with extra supplies. If that's all you're taking, you may never make it, you say. Grabbing a few items from the supply wagon, you strap the additional provisions to their backs. Search for family instead of food, you say with a smile. Men clasp wrists with you before departing. -8 fighters, -3 supplies, +10 renown. Complaints of Raffensvarder's extensive drinking have resurfaced. This time the man stumbled over some tent ropes, pulled the snagged canvas through a campfire, nearly setting a supply wagon aflame. Landsman put out fire on both the wagon and Raffensvarder's leg before leading him to you. This man drinks nothing but water from now on. Raffensvarder groggily agrees, slurring his way through promises to quit being such a nuisance. Many of the onlookers snort or roll their eyes but go back to their business. Somehow you doubt it'll be long before Raffensvarder manages to find another drink, whether you'll allow it or not. "Dredge!" shouts a man from the back of the caravan. It's Raffensvarder, the unabashed drunk, staggering towards you, looking not entirely sober. He screams again, pointing to trees in the distance. Fear races through the caravan as fighters pull their weapons. Scouts return with no sightings, and furious men surround the Raffensvarder. Let's get ready just in case. There'll be time for that later, you tell the men. For now, we take no chances. A full day of uneasy rest passes with no sign of Dredge. The caravan is annoyed by the scare and the delay. Eventually, Raffensvarder bursts into laughter, and you're sure there never were any Dredge. Not long after, Raffensvarder goes missing. Nobody searches for him or seems to mind. Probably could have handled that better.
Once a strong, thriving city, the walls of Frostfeller now just keep the howling winds at bay. With luck, they'll hold out against Dredge as well.
Here's hoping. Still have normal morale, 28 renown, 9 days of supplies. I don't even know where we're going. Frostfeller. Oh, we were going here, to Frostfeller. Okay. You jostle through fallow crowds of sunken faces who appear as though they've been freezing in front of Frostfeller for days. The gates are closed. You come to a stop at the bottom of the hill. Of course they are. This is not looking good. Why are there so many people in the fields? We can't stay outside in the open like this. Oddly finds you amongst the many refugees. Look, I just talked to some of the women here. Nobody is being let into the city. Why? It's overrun with Varl from Bloodspalker, Greyhorn, people from Bitra, all the nearby villages. The Dredge are everywhere. And the chieftain of Frostfeller has locked himself in his great hall. That's when they close the gates.
When the Dredge come, these hills will turn red. We have to get in there.
I want to know more what's going on there. I want to know more about what's going on in there. I see a lot of people gathered around the rest houses and the gates. We could find out what they know. How would we get in anyway? They closed the gate.
I can get that gate open.
Let's see if there's another way before we start breaking down gates.
I wasn't going to break it. Just push really hard.
Oh, Ivor, you scamp. Alright, heroes. We've still got normal morale. There's a tent market set up here. We need some more supplies. What's this? Sometimes explode when applied to a weapon. Well-honed razor, crafted by Halden, known for a steady hand, calm presence and a will to exceed limits, +3 will on rest. Jorg of Leander, jewel encrusted headband, the eye of an ivory white cat, seems to be looking around on its own, +2 armor per turn. Svalendust, powder crushed from unusual rocks in the Nordfelling wastes are often used to paint shields, adding to their strength, +2 armor. And Valka thread, fabled armors are sewn with thread woven by the early menders, are said to restore themselves over time. 1 armor per turn, 2 armor per turn. I can't afford this one anyway. Unless I get 1 day, no. It'd have to be 3 days less, then I only have 10 days of supplies. I'll get the 1 armor per turn one. This isn't great. Dun, 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 dun. So 1 armor, 1 strength, 1 willpower. Let's see here. We've got nobody who can use a level 4 item yet anyway. There's perhaps a dumb purchase, but it's time to go visit the gates anyway. We approach the gate where hundreds of people have gathered. In the trodden, bloody space in front of the door, several pincushioned bodies lie unclaimed, so they simply belonged there. Archers up on the wall make it clear that nobody will be getting in. Men and women below intermittently call for mercy and reason, and they're not flinging stones and curses. Let's try something else. There are lots of people gathered around the rest houses, as oddly pointed. Maybe we can find help there, or at least make ourselves useful. Perhaps we can. Spend a whole day at the rest houses. Everyone gives you the same story. The chieftain just shut himself in his great hall and closed the gates. There are a lot of wounded people in here, Anzelet. We could help them. The rest house is overflowing with refugees, the sick and wounded, and noise. Let's tend to the wounded. Alet and Oddleaf spend the day, along with others in your caravan, treating wounds, most of which came from the archers at the gate. I overheard from one woman that the city has been sending carts with food around, Oddleaf tells you.
Could be a way in,
Ivor replies.
Next time they send a cart, we bring it back in.
Oddleaf protests. Aside from leading to a fight, it would probably mean no more food for the refugees. We'll wait and confront them. Keep your sword down until we need it, you tell Ivor. We'll make a deal unless they're looking for a fight. Early the next day, you spot another cart leaving the gate to the city. After they've thrown their scraps at the refugees, you approach.
Stop. My friend wanted to talk with you. It's not what I wanted.
I think I can guess why. If we knew there were more fighters than Varl out here, Ekel might have brought you in the city.
Who's Ekel?
He's in charge up there. In charge of what? Better let him explain.
Fine, let's go.
You follow them back up to the gates where they open the doors for you. A man clad in black approaches as you step inside.
What in the depths is this?
The man orders his guards to get the doors closed again before more refugees notice.
You said you wanted more fighters.
You heard about the chieftain?
We heard he's hiding out in the Great Hall.
Oh really? You mean hiding out in a grave? He's eating worms, if that wasn't clear.
What happened in here?
Soon as they heard Dredge were coming, anyone who couldn't swing an axe got one to the head. That's the short story, anyway. At least 3 clans in here warring over turf and food, and the worst are the godforsaken Varl. The eyes Ivor and shrugs with exaggeration as if simply stating the obvious.
We're in more danger here than out there?
Look, I was in charge here before things went to crap. You've got some people who can fight, you've got your own Varl. That counts for something. I can keep your flock safe in the Great Hall. You fight for me, and to take past Frostfeller.
I don't take sides. Too hard to tell when the good guys have become too bad.
Fine. Cut these sheep loose and watch your own asses. What do I care? All I want now, or do right now, is get out of the damned streets. Think carefully about what you want. We'll fend for ourselves, inside Frostfeller. You can feel Eckel sizing you up on the spot, his hand hovering near his axe. He snorts through his nose, changing his mind. Good luck then. Hope we don't meet again, fighting for the same scraps. With the gate closed, Eckel and his men disappear down dark alleys.
Hope we know what we're doing.
Making it up as we go, Ivor. Quite literally. Chapter 3. Little did they sleep. We're heading back over to our other group. I guess so. Switching sides. Man, I gotta remember these voices, and I'll do that in the next video. Till then, all the best.